I'm going to answer a book that was not originally written for ESL, but it has been fundamental to me as a beginning teacher early on, and then later as a writer. And that is a book called Steps in Composition by Noodleman many years ago. It was used as a composition text for college entry students. The reason it's been used as an ESOL book, so I hope that still suits the category. The reason it's so useful is I think many authors like myself like the way that they used real content throughout the book. Every activity was a story about Cheng and Eng, the first Siamese twins, or history of the dragonfly, or something of interest. But meanwhile, they're teaching grammar or they're teaching writing skills. So everything was real and authentic and intriguing. And I believe that generates good learning. So that really became a part of things I've produced and things I've written, things I've taught. And I always think, why do rote questions that are just fill in the blank with no meaning? We don't talk that way. So I think that they set the stage for me, and it was many years ago, and appreciate it. Okay, this is, of course, a very hard question, but I would say one of the biggest, but I have no trouble coming up with that, and that's Diane Larson Freeman. And I will say that because, for several reasons. I've known her personally a bit, but she knows many people personally. She is very, very encouraging to new students, to scholars, to presenters. So that's a very important part of her role. She's always, been very happy to work with other people and encourage other people. She knows so many people, and many people appreciate the credibility she gives their work, and so that's one reason. But there's more than that. She's taken on very interesting projects. Many years ago, I remember seeing her at TESOL, and I wish I could remember how many, maybe 15 at least. She had been reading about chaos theory, and it was a physics book. And she said that she told me the story about how she became interested. Well, anyway, long story short, she now is, of course, the founder and one of the key players in emergentism. So she is influencing SLA research with this whole new thought about how research is done. It's not, we no longer look for cause and effect in the same way that we used to. And so Nick Ellis is another one that's worked with her on that, and a few other players. Palmiera came along, and but this is a whole new area. But there was a time when she was the one you would look to find. Tell me about the history of SLA. She wrote a TESOL quarterly article in '91, which is a history of how SLA started in the early '70s, and it's very, very comprehensive and clear. Well, now she's changing the whole. She has just had so much influence. I believe what I would encourage everyone to know. I really did have a chance to know it, and I believe it even more now. And that is that this is a community of very great people, publishers, certainly teachers, administrators, researchers, and people want to work together. And I don't care if you're a first semester graduate student, but somebody like Diane Larson Freeman will enter into conversation with you and bring you wherever you want to go, when they can. And so I think that's what I did know a little bit about that because I had very good people around me. I was in a PhD program with Robert Kaplan, and I had many other great people. I shouldn't start naming names because there's many others, but they really, respected my ideas, and I believe that's how everybody should feel in the field, is take your ideas and run with them.